Hillbilly Heather.
And I'm British Bob.
And we're going to talk about education in the 1500s.
In the 1500s, schools were very small.
Girls were occasionally instructed by private teachers.
Schools taught reading, writing, and arithmetic.
What in the world is arithmetic?
Well, it's another word for math.
Well, that was very confusing when you said it like that. Where's your shirt?
Where's your shirt?
I'm asking the questions here, not you. What happened to your accent?
Well, been around you too much, coat hanger.
Did you say coat hanger? It's supposed to be coat anchor. Did you know that formal schooling was most welcoming to the middle class kids?
I did not know that, Heather. Schools were mainly in their own homes.
An average school day started at 6 a.m. and ended at 5 p.m.
School lasted 5 to 6 weeks long.
And that's it for KTDN.
Kids trying to do
news.
Schools in the 1800s were way harder than modern schools. The floors were dirty, literally. They were made of dirt, and desks or benches were made of rough planks, and it was very small.
The teachers were conditioned to teach grades 1 through 8, and the younger students, called abecedarians, because they would learn their ABCs, would sit at the front, and rarely at the front there would be a big chalkboard.
Back then, it was probably the better school era because it started at 9 a.m. and ends at 2 p.m.
In the 1800s, school was very serious and strict, and only men could be teachers. I told you to fill up the whole entire board. Sit up straight. But this is not acceptable. Hey, sit up straight. Sit up straight. This is not acceptable. These big words are not acceptable. Not acceptable, not acceptable, acceptable by the skin of your teeth. You hear me? Yes. Yes, sir.
A lot of schools across America banned homework.
They were whacked with rulers on the wrist or lashed with switches, or were spanked, but not everybody was spanked if they were bad, because very few girls weren't even allowed to go to school.
Some girls were separated from boys because they had to take care of children, wash dishes, laundry, and other household chores. The school started at 9 a.m. because the boys would get up, get dressed, and go to work.
One fun fact is that some kids wear a dunce cap, which meant that you're dumb.
Oh, Round, that reminds me, I have something for you.
Don't.
Why? See, it's fashion,
Why would
guys.
you do? Why would you?
You have to see the... Shut up, teacher. Dunce, turn around now. The dunce hat was for dumb people. And we didn't mind saying it.
Another fun fact, no, not that fun, but most schools didn't have outhouses, so that meant you had to go outside and out back in the forest.
Out back in forest.
Not out back like the steakhouse, but because like they have actual toilets.
I love steak. It's so good.
But you had to wipe with leaves.
Or poison ivy.
Poison ivy.
Hashtag rash.
Hashtag life is good. Hashtag need to restock on these leaves.
Hi, I'm Lila. And I'm Kennedy. And we're here for KTDN. And today we are talking about school in the 1920s. Kids in the 1920s were overworked with chores and sometimes couldn't attend school. For kids, school in the 1920s did not start until their 7th grade. Depending on where some kids lived, some would go on a horse-drawn school bus. The school subjects taught in the 1920s were mathematics, English, history, German, Latin, and French.
In the 1920s, girls were not allowed to wear pants to school, so I couldn't be wearing what I'm wearing right now.
People over the age 25 years old in the 1920s only had to go to school for 8.2 years.
Schoolhouses expanded from one-room schools to larger.
In the 1920s, if the teachers didn't like the length of your hair, they would cut it off. If you didn't listen or got bad grades in the 1920s, you would get paddled.
Paddling was a real thing in the 1920s. I told you not to talk. Turn around, bend over, well, pow!
No child was hurt in the making of this production. What is happening? Put your hands out. No.
Are we going to do our work now, ladies?
Yes.
Now, again, what is 2 times 2? 4. Good work.
That's all for the 1920s. Bye. See you next time.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Kian.
And today we're here to talk about teachers in 1918 and 1520s.
Being a teacher in these years were really hard.
Yeah, I heard that teachers had to teach in overcrowded classrooms and only earned about $1,000 a year.
It's not much more than they make now.
Yeah, and men still earned about twice as much.
God, I hate walking before the kids. This is not worth my 33 cents an hour, but it's better than starving. I hate filling up this dumb bucket.
Here's your gold, Miss Flowers. Thank you. You can go back outside now.
Women teachers couldn't even be married.
So they had to live in boarding houses with other teachers.
If women were allowed to teach, they couldn't even go anywhere at night or including the ice cream parlor.
So unfair.
Guys, Mr. Buskus is here. Oh no, that's not right.
Mrs. Flowers,
Hi.
Mrs. Faber, Mrs. Heater. I'll see you in my office on Monday morning. You know you're not supposed to be eating out with men.
We're sorry. I'm so sorry. It won't happen again.
Don't try to apologize. You'll serve your consequences on Monday morning.
They even got to choose their own punishments for children.
Maybe that helped with their anger issues for not being able to get ice cream.
Every single one of you, get a switch. If you get a little one, I'll pick up myself. Go! Quick!
In the 1920s, it is said that schools felt like factories. The Great Depression also happened around this time, and it was seen as a professional achievement to be a teacher.
In the 1520s, people mostly got taught moral and ethnical values based on Christian teachings.
And at the beginning of the century, there was little to no schooling for African American kids.
And that's all for teachers.
See you next time. Bye!
Second graders, listen up. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Nothing. The board? What are you guys laughing at?
The board's funny.
The board's funny?
Yes.
Right now. You laugh one more time and don't pay attention in your classes. I'll send you over there with me. You guys can sit on the floor. Wrong. To the dunce chair. Now. Have you guys not been paying attention in your classes? You got it right, but you need to work on your handwriting. All wrong. Straighten him out. The 5th graders need to learn how to do 2 times 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Did I tell you you could answer?
Continued on to the 1920s.
Teachers could be women.
Jeans are unacceptable, but they might have just come out of work. Well, my school must be running on a firm foundation. Hey, you! Turn around! Look, he has holes in his jeans.
That's very unacceptable.
KTD in the house!
That's pretty good. That's what I'm excited. I forgot this is school. I'm so excited.
I'm flirting right now to the camera.
I'm not gonna ask. Okay.
What, go hanger? Go hanger? Okay. Did you say coat hanger?
Okay.
It's supposed to be coat hanger. You're the comedian in this one.
I am a comedian.
Okay.
More than these days. that these days.
Okay, they don't earn much.
And that much more than these.
These.
I can't. More than that.
Like, we have to go, but if we didn't, our parents would get sent to jail. Would that be fun to send our parents to jail? Yeah.
What do you mean, huh?
Basically, it's just a school bus on horses. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Not on horses.
Schools taught reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Did you?